What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some strong loadouts to use on each character to easily solo the legend version of the Bunker E15 Lost Sector. The first thing we have to go over are the modifiers. For legend difficulty, we always have extra shields, match game, and locked equipment. This Lost Sector has an overload captain, as well as overload minotaurs and anti-barrier hobgoblins. The Vex modifier is Shocker, which causes goblins to spawn arc pools that cause damage over time when defeated. The Destination modifier is Memory of a Frozen Conundrum, which increases arc and aerial damage. And we have Void Burn, which increases void damage both dealt and received by 50%. This comes into play a lot in this Lost Sector, as the Hydra boss, Overload Minotaurs, and Wyverns all do void damage. Luckily, there are only void shields in here, so we can utilize the void burn to our advantage by running lots of void weapons and subclasses. If you are lower light, you may want to run Concussive Dampener and Void Damage Resist. But that is about all you need to know for this Lost Sector, so now let us jump into the first build. The first character we will look at is the Warlock. We are on Top Tree Voidwalker, the Attunement of Chaos, pairing Vortex Grenades with the exotic gauntlets Controverse holds. If you are a longtime viewer of my channel, you know how much I love this setup, and that it is even stronger this season with the addition of the artifact mod Warmind's Decree. This mod allows Void Splash Damage Final Blows to spawn Warmind cells. So basically, our grenades and Nova Bomb can now make Warmind cells. As a result, we are running Wrath of Rasputin, Warmind's Protection, Fireteam Medic, and Global Reach to allow our Warmind cells to clear out the rooms. We have Rocket Launcher Reserves and Finders on to keep our ammo reserves topped up, and I was running Grenade Launcher Scavengers, but I would recommend Rocket Launcher Scavengers instead. On the Bond, we have Breach and Clear, which allows our Grenade Launcher to debuff champions and bosses, and we are running the Truth Teller Grenade Launcher. For our exotic, we have Thorn. Thorn is actually God tier for overloading champions because of its burn damage. And in the heavy slot, we have the Royal Entry Void Rocket Launcher. So as I did in my last video, instead of running an anti-barrier weapon, I'm opting to run a GL with the Breach and Clear debuff, and then a heavy-hitting heavy weapon to clean up the barrier champions before they can get a shield up. If you are too low light to take out the barrier hobgoblins before they shield, you will have to run an anti-barrier weapon. But don't worry, I will have a loadout for you later that you can use that will allow for this. So in the first room, you want to deal with the captain right away and then clean up the adds. Once everything is dead, you can move to the next room. Here, you can shoot the cube and then take out the goblins. In the room after that, you want to focus the Minotaur first and then clean up the adds. From there, you want to take out the hobgoblins and cubes right away. You want to spec into recovery and discipline on this build as much as you can. I try and run 100 discipline so that I can constantly be spamming grenades. Use your grenades to spawn Warmind cells, and then use the Warmind cells to clear the room of adds. On the hobgoblin, simply debuff it with a GL and then shoot it with a rocket. In the boss room, I run straight for the Wyvern first, as it is the most dangerous threat. From there, I try to focus on the hobgoblins, and then I clear out the rest of the adds in the room. Once the room is cleared out, adds and the boss will spawn in. I throw a grenade where the adds will spawn, and then I debuff the boss with my GL and hit it with a Nova Bomb and rocket. If you are high enough light, this will kill the boss. If not, then you will at least skip a couple teleports. However, if you do take it out in one shot, you'll just have one more wave of adds and one Overload Minotaur to deal with. Take them out and then collect the chest and you're done. Next up we have the Hunter build. For this build we are on Top Tree Night Stalker, the Way of the Trapper. We're running Vortex Grenades and the Marksman Dodge. We're running 100 Mobility and the Exotic Chest Piece 6 Coyote, which gives us an additional dodge charge. We're running Rocket Launcher Ammo Finders and Scavengers, and a full Charge with Light build. We have Concussive Dampener and Void Damage Resistance for extra survivability, and we're running Taking Charge and Shield Break Charge to gain stacks of Charge with Light. Additionally, we have on Supercharge, which allows us to hold 2 more stacks of Charge with Light. We also have on Protective Light if we get low health, and Argent Ordnance to allow our rockets to deal more damage. We also have Bomber on the Cloak to give us more grenade energy anytime we dodge. For weapons, we have the Fatebringer with Explosive Payload for stunning overloads, and we have the Void Scout Rifle Royal Chase for anti-barriers. Lastly, we have the Exotic Rocket Deathbringer with the Catalyst. Sadly, this boss is tough to hit properly with Deathbringer, as it does not have much room overhead to allow the Deathbringer orbs to fall and do more damage. But it is still a decent option to run here, and really good on the champions. Enjoy the run. For the last build, we are on Top Tree Sentinel Titan, Coat of the Protector. We are running the exotic Helm of St. 14. We have a very similar build to the Hunter, as we are running Charge with Light mods paired with Protective Light for survivability. And we have rocket launcher ammo finders and scavengers for our exotic rocket launcher, this time the two-tailed fox. But instead of double primary, we are running an overload hand cannon in the palindrome, and then the kinetic grenade launcher ignition code. This GL actually has blinding grenades, which is great for stunning enemies, and we have breach and clear on to debuff the boss and champions. Once again, if you are too low light to one-bang the barrier hobgoblins before they put up their shield, then you will not be able to run this build. But if you are high light and trying to farm, then this is definitely a strong build to run. As you can see here, the goblin eats one of the rockets from the two-tailed fox, so I cannot one-bang the champion. For this reason, I would recommend just running a legendary void rocket such as Tomorrow's Answer, Royal Entry, or Bad Omens. They are the most consistent, and it frees up an exotic slot for something like Thorn or Ariana's Vow. The Warlock build is probably the most ideal for this lost sector, and if possible, I would recommend to run a Warmind Cell build for clearing the rooms quickly and easily over a Charge with Light build. Another thing with the two-tailed fox is that it has two delays in its shot. Here, I go to shoot as soon as I equip the gun, but I can't. And then it has that delayed shot, so when it finally does fire, I wind up hitting the boss's shield. This can be extremely annoying. You see the super delayed shot once again on the final Minotaur in the Lost Sector. So just something to be aware of. But that is it for the video. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, then a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Lastly, if you have any other loadout suggestions that you like to use, drop them in the comments as they may help someone out. But that is it from me. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Happy Lost Sector farming, Guardians, and take care.